Hi, and welcome to HUR at Home. It's music night. We've kicked off a brand new season, so we are bringing the best of the best. This young man has been with us before. You already know he's Grammy nominated. He's got one of those voices that those who sing envy, be you male or female. He reaches the highest of highs and the lowest of lows, and he does it all with his sexy, sexy style. He's got 25 albums under his belt, and I think, gosh, maybe 35 years or more in the industry, as young as he is. Anyway, let's bring him in. Ladies and gentlemen, the Prince of Sophisticated Soul, Will Downing.
Listen, you had me once again. I'm looking around. I'm like, somebody young is coming on the show.
You're young.
Aside from my old ass.
Oh, no. You look young anyway. Just keep fooling him. Hi, Will.
How are you, my dear? Miss International. She international, I'm telling you. Place on the East Coast, place on the West Coast.
East Coast, West Coast. Well, you know what? I'm born in Buffalo, New York, but I'm so DC. I've been in DC for so long. It's, pretty much my main home.
I got you. Running away from that cold weather in Buffalo.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Pummeled. This year was bringing us back to when I was growing up there, where feet of snow was the norm.
Oh.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Burr.
But you know what? It's nice in DC, and you're coming. So
I am going to be there. Yeah.
This weekend, February 5th, the Birchmere, right?
Yeah, I will be there for 2 nights. I'm very excited about it. It's funny, when I play the Birchmere, literally the day after we finish playing there, there's a contract in my email for the following year. So I've been playing there for, I can't count the amount of years, and I love it. And the people come out and they enjoy themselves. And by the time the next concert comes up, I have a new project out. So we introduce more music. So yeah, works for me. At least I know I got a gig next year.
Exactly. And it works for us too. And I'm sure it's no coincidence that it's right around Valentine's Day. Your sound always consistently, when you talk about sexy music, all you need to do, and you actually say something to this effect in your shows sometimes, fellas, just put this on. I got you.
Put it on. I got you covered.
Oh my gosh.
It's so funny when we do shows, and I might have said this in the past, but I'll just say it again for those who are watching us for the very first time. Like, guys come to the show, you can always tell, like, the guys that they're this is their first time seeing a concert or me in concert.
Yeah.
So you can see them sitting with their lady, and they make sure that their lady, I've got my arm around them, make sure their lady's looking at the concert, right? And they kind of looking at me like,
I hate you, man.
Yeah. Like, come on, man, let's
go. We're ready to go home right now.
but then by the end of the night, right, but by the end of the night, like, they've had a great time.
Yeah.
And then some of them are crazy enough, like if we do like a meet and greet or something like that, they're crazy enough to come backstage after the show and literally tell me, like, hey man, I didn't want to be here. But man,
exactly.
But I didn't realize I was gonna have a good time, man. You're funny as hell.
Oh, you are.
And then they start telling, like, I didn't realize that I didn't know you sung that one, and I didn't realize you sung that. I was like, yeah, man. And then they come back the following year. And that's how you build your clientele or your fan base anyway. But yeah, I mean, it's always funny. And it happens every time.
Yeah.
There's always that one dude kind of like, I mean, literally from the moment I walk on the stage, like, hey, you having a good time? Like, hey.
Like, really? Yeah. I mean, guys just want to hate you because women, we
Well, no, tell me.
We love you, Will.
Don't give me the French version of we. I don't want the QUI. I want the WE. We what? We.
Listen, how did I put this? You're like catnip to us. This is good. It's good. We can't get enough. Oh my God. And
I'll take it.
Men don't really appreciate that, but we can't help it. I mean,
But
even
like I said,
your
at the end of the night, they're like laughing. They had a great time, and they're like, "Yo, man, I didn't know." I was like, "I know."
yeah, I know. That's right. I'm glad you're here. And it's so funny. I mean, it's there are a lot of guys who want to sing and they kind of use you as the template, if you will.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
let's talk about your range. I mentioned before I brought you on. I mean, you've got this killer, killer, killer range. Did you work on that? Did you always have that?
Um, I think so. Yeah. I mean, and obviously you work on it. You know,
Yeah.
you have to because you don't want to be on stage and try to go up high into a falsetto note and miss.
You're
And there's you're right. You know, just about that much.
right.
Look, and just one little funny thing. Don't go to a concert with Phil Perry, right? Like Phil Perry, we would go to a concert and go see another artist, and then Phil Perry would be whispering in my ear. He go like 437. I'm looking at him like what? He listens some more. He goes 435, and he would say it like, and I'm like Phil, what are you talking about? So on if you have like a tuner, tuners are tuned to A440, and that's when you know you're in tune. So he would say like he would be listening, go like
That
436.
is so wrong. Oh my
So
god. And he's probably spot on too.
oh, and you know me, and I can't hide anything on my face.
No,
I'm there at the concert, tears
right,
rolling down my face. I'm laughing, and he's just sitting there. You know, if you know Phil's just like 437,
right.
437. They're this much off of the note. So all that to say, you better practice because you don't want to make the mistake. I don't want one of them dudes out there or one of them young ladies looking at me kind of going 438.
Right. You were
So
close.
yeah, you were close.
You were close.
You were
You know what,
close.
you and Phil Perry have that in common though, have that range thing just, you know, down.
Well,
He's another
listen,
who
uh,
it's
uh,
sweet. I mean, it's one thing to hit the high notes and to hit the low notes, but to make it sound so sweet like that, that's
yeah, that's
great.
Phil got something else.
Oof.
I don't think I've ever heard or up close anyone like Phil. Like Phil can sing up there with the Eagles and
Oh,
be
yeah.
beautiful, and then all of a sudden get all gut bucket and like
Yeah.
ow, like oh,
Right.
I'm like Phil, he
Yeah.
meant that.
It's so true, and everybody's got their thing because, just as you're saying, I mean, and your falsetto is very, very sweet too,
Oh,
but
thank you.
most people are shocked by it because your voice is so rich and you go so low.
Well,
You know what
thank
I mean?
you.
It's a surprise to people, but when you train, it actually helps it. I mean, when you
Yeah.
as low as you can go, you can also go that high if you know what you're doing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, the thing is, there's not a lot of guys out there who want to sing baritone anymore or
No?
bass. It's like I don't know when it became unattractive. I'm not maybe
Oh, it's attractive.
maybe it's attractive, maybe not as in vogue as it used to be. Like it used to be, you'd have your Barry Whites, you'd have your Isaac Hayes.
Right.
You had singers that would sing down there, and women would go crazy, and radio would play it all the time. But
Yeah.
then somewhere along the way, it was kind of like we kind of got pushed to the side.
Yeah.
So yeah, it puts me
But
in a unique lane.
good to be able to do both.
Good to be able to do both. Absolutely.
Current.
Absolutely.
Speaking of current, you like my little segues? Can you tell I'm in
I
radio?
do-
Speaking of current,
you got the gift. You got the gift.
I'm just saying, your new project, Sophisticated Soul, let me just say, it is beautiful
Oh,
and it
thank
is so sexy. I mean, from the word go, when you put it on, wait a minute, I've just queued up a
you.
couple
And
titles here, just
zicka, 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 zicka.
exactly. So, okay, starts off the warmth of you.
Mhm.
Did you write that?
Yeah.
Oh, Will. I mean, what kind of I really need to know this. Like, what kind of headspace are you in when you're in the mood for writing these love songs? Because they are killing.
Well, the whole point of writing anything is to create like a fantasy and to create a story.
Yeah.
And for some people, it's real. But me as the narrator, that's my job. My job is to take whatever the length of the song is, 4 minutes or whatever it is, and create this incredible story and to create this mood.
Yeah.
So, you sing about all the things that um, possibly you've experienced or all the things that you want,
Mm,
whether it be, fantasy or how far fetched it may be. But
yeah.
like that's what writing is. So everyone has had the experience in their lifetime of being with that special person that makes them feel comforted.
Yeah. Safe.
Whether it be physically or whether it be I love talking to this person because they make me feel good. They ease my pain. They calm me down. They this that. So that's what the song is. I just need the warmth of you. I had a rough day at work.
Mhm.
There's a hemorrhoid at work who just like
A hemorrhoid.
yeah, I didn't want to say the we all know what a hemorrhoid is. It's a pain in the ass. It's a pain in the ass at work. So I
Yeah.
just wanted
You don't want.
right. Yeah. So it's kind of like, I can't talk to anybody at my job, can't, don't know someone well enough. So I want to talk to you. You
Yeah.
make me feel good. I know, whatever I say stays here and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So the warmth of you, that's what it is.
Oh, that's beautiful. And can I say, you're that for me. You
Oh,
you are. I always feel so good, and no matter what I'm going through, I can always call you, and you're just always such a great friend. So
oh, thank
that's
you. And
good
vice
for
versa.
romantic relationships. It's also good for friendships.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Listen, it made me feel good because you and I had a conversation not long ago,
Not
and one of
long
our
ago.
mutual friends passed away,
Yeah.
and
Hello. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I mean, and
You lifted me right up because you know. We'll just leave it right there. But you got what I needed. The warmth of you, man.
Flame on,
Woo!
call me flame on, baby, flame on.
It's fun. So thank you. And let's move on. But God bless Joe. I mean,
Oh Lord.
an
Ah,
amazing friend.
listen, when I first heard, I boo-hooed, and then I thought about it, and I'm like, this dude, he enjoyed life. I
Yeah,
mean, what he wanted to do, he did. What he wanted to say, he said.
yeah, he
you
did.
know,
Yeah.
and and I'm sorry, I'm kind of deviating. I just had
No,
a moment where I just
it's
want to
okay.
speak on
This is
it.
HUR, so this was his home. So
Yeah, 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 yeah. So when he was telling me he was going on this trip, I'm like, Joe, come on, man, don't go on this trip, man.
yeah.
It's COVID, it's this and that, man. You ain't gotta leave town. Da, 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 da. He's like, Will, I'm going, and he got to explaining this trip and painting this picture for me. I was like, I'm packing my
Oh,
bags. I'm going with you.
exactly.
So
Exactly. And
yeah, so
it was
he had a
good
great
to
time.
know because I didn't know, and it was good to hear from you that he was having living his best life.
Oh, he yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
beautiful. I knew
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
You see this look on my face? Yeah, I ain't sugarcoating it. That dude had a good ass time. That's
Okay,
all I can tell
good.
you.
That's amazing. I love it. Thank you.
You are
Thank you
welcome.
for that. And okay, so something that's not necessarily in the friend zone, but ooh, it is so sexy and so beautiful. Baby, I'm yours. When
Ah,
I first started listening to it, I thought it was this throwback
uh-huh.
to like a song that my mom used to, listen to all.
Hmm.
But then the more I listened, I was like, no, that's an original, right?
Yeah, yeah. All yeah. Most of the was it 8 song collection? 7 of them are original. So
Yeah,
there's
I think it was
one
just, what was it?
When I First Saw You.
When I first, and that's, oh God,
And
that's
and you
beautiful.
know what? You and we were doing an interview, um, and I think started on it. we were
'Cause I remember
talking
you
at the
telling me
beginning,
about
and
it.
you were like, "Hey, you gonna sing?" I'm like, I said, "My voice," I said, "I'm hoarse. I've been singing all day."
Yes,
I said, "I just finised doing," and I played a piece of it, and you were like, "Well, it
yes.
sounds nice," and I
Oh,
said, "You'll
yes,
see." I said, "You'll see, you'll see."
yes.
So, you
Oh,
know,
was it John Lucien who
oh,
did it?
that one? No,
Who did that?
it was taken from the play Dreamgirls, and that was
Dreamgirls.
right, and the original was Ben Harney,
Oh,
and
I never knew that.
he yeah, 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 the original version was done by Ben Harney,
Hmm.
and yes, he does sound a little bit like John Lucien,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then yeah, and then when they did the movie version, Jamie Foxx did a version of it
Okay.
as well,
Oh,
and, so, I mean, there's a bunch of different versions of it out there. I just happen to like mine the best,
I love
so
yours the best too. So there. So there you are. But, so all the songs on there, I listen to it. I've had, your project for a while. And what I do is I just put it on and just, let it do whatever it's gonna do. And each song is its own, story. And as you said before, when you're writing a song, it's, either real, it's your life, or it's
right.
fantasy. As a friend, but also as a fan, I always, I'm saying this is Will's life. Just listening to it, it sounds like you are living your best life. It is so sexy and so just beautiful. Really,
Well,
really.
thank you.
Yeah.
I mean, some of it is, reality, and some of it is, is fantasy. Or
Yeah.
I hate to use fantasy. I don't like to use word, and I said it, and I should not have said fantasy. It's reality based, but it might be based on someone else's life.
Yeah. I know.
So, like when I talk with my friends and they say, "Oh my God, he, she, yeah, la, la," and you sit there and you kind of document it, mentally, and or write it down or type it in your phone, whatever, and then you kind of bring it and give it life via the song.
I love.
So, yeah, yeah, I mean, it just comes from living, and I
Yeah.
always try to sing about things that are reality based.
Yeah.
I'm a classic soul artist, so therefore I utilize the instruments and the things of today, but my heart is classic. So that's where that old school sound comes from, old school love. That's like, that's me. You know what I mean? I love, I can't dance. I do that old two step. So it might be a beat that's just kind of like, boom, 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 boom,
Right.
boom, boom, boom. That's, I'm old school. I ain't old, but that's what I do. I made a living at it, so I stay in my lane.
And you do. And we've had conversations over the years just about music and how music is changing. And there are
Mm,
plenty of opportunities for you to say, you know what, that's working. That's what people are buying into. That's what people are, maybe here for.
right.
Maybe I should step over into this lane, but you've never said that. You've never said it. You've never done it. You've evolved as Will Downing. You're
Yeah,
like, I mean, you keep it fresh and you keep it new, but you do it your way. You stick with classic, Will
yeah,
Downing.
yeah. Hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And you also have to remember that there's an audience out there that's growing up and that has grown up with you. So, when you come see me in concert, they're out there singing the stuff. Like, these songs have become like staples in their lives. They can harken back to a period in their life when that song was, this is how I got her. This is how I
Oh,
got him. This is what we got married to. This, we had kids to this one. We did this, so, be yourself. There's an audience out there that is being deprived of what used to be very much in fashion. Like, what I do now, they call it classic or they call it old school. But old school was once like the thing.
yeah.
Myself, the Anita Bakers, the Luther Vandrosses, the Freddie Jacksons, the Glenn Joneses. We were like,
Right. Yeah.
and now we're the older states artists.
Yeah.
So the young folks have come in as time has done what it has always done. You know, time to usher in a new crop
Right.
of young vocalists and recording artists. And doesn't mean you have to get off the ride, but you might be sitting in the back. you
Right.
know,
Maybe. But a lot
but
of
it,
them are trying to get with the classics. I was talking to Elijah Blake on the same platform the other day, and along with Roe. and they
Mhm.
were talking about how they love old school music and they're, pretty much sticking to that formula.
Right.
They're young, they're like super young, but
Right.
they've got that old school sound and,
Mhm.
they love playing with, live musicians and just,
Mhm.
moving it forward. So what are your thoughts about that? Like some of the younger artists who are kind of throwback.
Well, there's a bunch of them out there that do what I was doing when I was their age. You
Mhm.
incorporate the sound of the day and the technology of today, and you go back to the base and you borrow from that as well. I mean, I'm not going to hate on what life is supposed to do. Life is doing what life has always done. It's you have your turn, and then someone else's turn, and you move over, and they have their ideas and their way of doing things. And as an older artist, if I decided to try to venture into that lane, they know a fraud when they hear it. They know
Yeah.
that ain't you. So, you know, I applaud the ones who are doing what they do. I'm glad that there's a young crop of artists out there that are still waving the flag
Yeah.
for classic soul, and they incorporate their own thing on, to what we've done, as I did when I came in. When I
Yeah.
came in, people like Luther Vandross, and they, they were, of
The
course,
older ones. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, they were, a little disappointed that like they it wasn't their turn anymore and someone else was
Yeah.
coming in.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they were just like, well, at least you're legit. you
Right.
know, you know,
That's it. That's right.
and at least I kind of like what you're doing. It's different from what I do, but
Can't
that's the
hate that.
reality of it. Yeah,
Right.
you can't. Nah, you can't. So I can't
Mhm.
hate on these young folks. They're doing their thing their way. I'm proud of them. There's some incredible vocalists out there.
Yeah.
Your Ro James and Jasmine Sullivan. Regardless of how many
Oh,
records
yeah.
she's had out,
Yeah.
to someone like me, it's like you still young, you still new, you just
Yeah.
getting there.
Amazing.
So yeah, and they have great ability, and God bless the young crop. God
God
bless them.
bless Yeah, I mean, and there's a lot of them, and,
Oh yeah,
and to your earlier point, just because that is happening, I mean, that's the evolution, that's the
yeah,
rhythm of but that
yeah.
doesn't mean you have to stop doing you and
Oh
try to
no,
go into the young lane, and, some have done it, and it's everybody's like, "Wait a minute,
right? Yeah,
we loved what you were doing, why are you"
yeah, yeah.
No, it's
That's
not working for anybody. If you want
I've
the young
seen.
ones, just get the young ones.
Yeah, right, exactly. I've seen so many careers kind of go like really left.
Yeah,
Yeah, because it was like, yeah, and it's funny, and we all think that. We all, we turn our radios on and we listen to the HURs and we listen to our local stations and whatever satellite, and we hear these artists and we kind of go, I can sing better than that. If I did what they were doing with my voice, people would go, and it's like,
mm-mm, don't do it. I don't think you should
don't
do it.
don't do
No,
it.
no, no,
Baby, don't do it.
right.
Baby, don't do it.
Like, no, don't you dare. Please don't do that. And then
No,
what would Phil
I
say?
shouldn't go. Don't do it. Baby, don't do it. Don't
The
do
baby
that.
in your lane. If you know like I
If
know,
you like I know, and I know,
I know
I I wouldn't do that.
this might be the end. Is true. So I'm so happy that you have the confidence and commitment to doing what you do because we love it. And that's why,
Oh, thank you.
especially in the DMV, whenever they announce Will Downing is going to perform, your tickets sell out so fast.
Hallelujah. Somebody like me somewhere.
Somebody left.
Hallelujah.
What do you think is what is the thing about you and DC? You've had this love affair with the DMV for years, years and
Well,
years.
yeah, I mean, listen, the station itself, HUR, basically built my career. They would call me constantly to come and do private events or special events that you guys were doing. Me teaming up with some of the locals, spur of the moment.
Yeah,
I've done a million things with them as well.
yeah.
um, Bill Washington, the promoter, was like one of the first people to bring me down there and to gave me an opportunity to play in front of bigger artists and a bigger audience, like Phyllis Hyman or
Oh, yeah.
Vesta. So I was just always there. like, and when you're there and you shake hands and you kiss babies like a politician,
Right.
people stick with you. I mean, I've done right by people, and people have done right by me, and
Uh,
we got a thing. So as
yeah,
long as I keep giving them good music, they keep coming out. So
right.
I
Yeah.
try to hold up my end of the bargain.
I love that. And you took me back, Bill Washington, Dimensions Unlimited.
Oh
Wow.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Bill was like my dude, boy. My phone would ring, and I just back in the day when it was a phone,
I
you look
know.
down, you see that
Exactly.
caller I yeah, you see that caller ID pop up. Dimensions. I'm yes,
Pick that up.
yes,
Yes.
yeah. We gonna eat. We are hey
Right.
family, we gonna eat this month. We gonna eat. We got some money coming in.
Oh, I love it. Well, he started something real good because we can't get enough of you, Will.
Thank you, thank you, thank you so much.
Congratulations on your new project, Sophisticated Soul. It is, ladies and gentlemen, let me just tell you, if you don't have it yet, get it. I mean, from number one to I think it's 8 songs all the way
Hmm.
through.
Hmm.
You are going to love it. And I don't know how in these 25 albums of yours, yes, I said albums.
Hey, listen, you didn't see no pushback or shock on my
Okay,
face.
you're like,
If
yes, an
if you
album.
if you'd have said 8 track, I'd have been right.
Yup. But they are always solid. They really are. And
Thank you,
that just speaks volumes to the integrity that you have as a
thank you.
musician, as a singer, as all of that. So thank you. Tell people where they can get the music, where they can connect with you on social media. And I don't even know if tickets are still available. I know we've been giving away tickets and people have been happy about it on WHUR. But just in case, they can always go to, I guess, birchmere.com and get
Right.
tickets.
Hmm. Hmm.
Shout everything out.
All right, so here we go. Instagram, I'm Will Downing 3. Twitter, I'm Will Downing 3. I'm Will Downing Singer on Facebook. You can come to my website and find out if I'm coming to a town near you. I'm willdowning.com. Uh, or if you'd like to support me musically and or buy a t-shirt or whatever it is that I have up there selling, you can come to the Prince of Sophisticated Soul.com, and that's where we have our merchandise as well. And you can also listen to my little radio show there as well.
That's what I was gonna say.
Uh, yeah, yeah, thank you. So that's called the Wind Down. It's a once a week show that I do. It's an hour long, where I play classics, but I also play brand new as well. And I introduce young artists, and we also have a segment in there called Interpretations. That's where we have one song by 2 artists, and we don't expect you to make a decision or to choose who did it best. Even though that always happens, it's always an online kind of like I think so and so sang it better.
I see the comments.
He can't sing. Who you saying can't sing? And they go back and forth. Even though I say it's not. I said it's not a competition. It's an interpretation, but it does make the show very interesting. And we also pay tribute to a classic artist, someone from the past who may not have been in the spotlight for some time. We shine a light on them again as well, and reintroduce their music. So there you go. So
It's all
come check it out.
show Mo. Will, thank you so much. You're always so fun to talk to.
Oh, thank you. Thanks for
Listen,
having me.
oh, always. And can't wait to see you in the show Saturday night at the Birchmere. So I guess it's Saturday and Sunday.
I believe it is Saturday and Sunday. Yeah, correct. The
They can just
fourth
go
and the fifth, or the fifth and the sixth. One of them. I don't know. Fourth and fifth, fifth and sixth. Whatever. I'm there. Go to birchmere.com and go. Oh, come to the website. Come to willdowning.com and look on tour, and it's up there. And whatever day it is, I'm gonna be there.
Okay. And on that note, wishing you so much joy, so much love, and see you at the Birchmere.
See you, Lady
Thank you,
International.
Will. Right. Bye. Thank you so much for watching us on HUR at home. You can go to WHUR.com and catch any of the shows that you might have missed, and we'll see you next time. Thank you again for keeping us your #1 radio station, celebrating 50 years of sounding like Washington. I'm Angela Stribling. Don't forget to connect with me at Angela Stribling. That's on all platforms, and connect with at WHUR-FM on all platforms as well. Have a great night.